Hi there and welcome to the BroBryceAndroid channel. This is Bryce L. Tomlinson and I'm here to review the Chromecast. I would love to review how it streams, how it works, how it changed my life. But doesn't work. Now, before you go and say, something wrong with your, okay, I got one of them, and it would stay connected for about 20 seconds total to my Wi-Fi, and then it would disappear. Now, when I first set it up, of course, it had to connect to my Wi-Fi for it to download an update. And then after it downloaded that update, it could not stay connected to my Wi-Fi for more than 20 seconds. And so I would be in an app like Netflix or Hulu Plus and using it, and then the cast icon would disappear. Sometimes if it would appear long enough that I could actually start a movie or an episode or something, and 20 seconds into it, it says connecting to your network, blah, 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 network. Again, tried doing a factory reset on it. This is the first one that I got. Tried doing a factory reset on it. Did all the troubleshooting thing, went through all the troubleshooting thing, and I used a little extender on it, because they said that might help to alleviate any kind of RF problems or whatever. And then I actually took the thing and I changed from the back port on my receiver to the front port on my receiver, trying to get it out in the open air where maybe it could get a better signal to my Wi-Fi, and that didn't work. Changed nothing. Then I used another box that I had, a little switch box that allows me to plug in HDMI components into it, and plugged it into there, and that changed nothing. It didn't help it at all. Powered it off, powered it on, powered it off, powered it on, plugged it up, unplugged it, plugged it in, tried all kinds of different configurations with it, with or without the little extender cable that comes with it. Plugging the power into different places, and couldn't stay connected for more than 20 seconds. The cast icon would appear on both the Mac and on my Android, and so it didn't work. So I called up Google, and they were cool. I gotta say, their customer service, it was one of the few times that I've actually talked to someone at Google on the phone. Now, they probably don't work for Google. They probably work for some tech support place or something. But for one of the very few times that I called up Google and actually talked to a human, that was kind of cool. And they were nice, and they promptly sent out another Google Chromecast. And that one, I was so tickled because it fired right up and it hooked up, and I was watching something, and I put on Pandora, and I went to bed, and I got up the next morning, and it's doing the same thing. I have a feeling that over the course of the night, it downloaded an update and it does not work. So Google, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call you up again, and I'm going to send you back both Chromecasts. Send them both back to you, and you can have them. And please give me my money back for both, and you can have them. Few years down the road, when you get this thing figured out to where your update doesn't completely jack the whole thing up to where it just doesn't work at all, then that'd be great. Meantime, I want to congratulate you on a great concept, because what it does do when it works, which for me it just doesn't, it allows you to very easily, basically like DJ your videos and your audio and stuff. I would make some recommendations. Your Google Music, your Play Music app, for instance. I think that I'm not necessarily in the minority of people who like to have their music loaded onto their actual phone. I mean, you know, people who have their own music collections, I think a lot of them still have them stored locally. And people like me who have been collecting MP3s from the dawn of the MP3, and I have an entirely legit record collection. You know, we keep MP3s of all our old CDs and stuff, and I'm not going to buy them again on your Play Store just so that I can play them through my Google Chromecast. So if you could figure out some way to make that work, to where, because it says when I try to play something that I have stored locally on my phone, and I understand you don't want to use like all that traffic, you know, the phone would be uploading the MP3 to something and then it would be playing it back out of the Chromecast. And I understand that's not really a feasible solution, but if you can come up with some way to make that work to where it doesn't suck, that'd be great. You know, come up with some way to play our local music, right? You know, our own locally stored music off there. Like if you can like figure out, I don't know if you can make it like play off the cloud or, you know, play off Google Drive. It's not listed in anything. None of the apps, it's not listed there. So if you can make it do that, you know, and that would be great, because the Google Play Music thing, kind of not practical unless you actually bought all your music off the Google Play Store, which is not me. That's perhaps one of my biggest gripes. And I didn't get a chance to test it out with like a YouTube playlist because it didn't work. And I got a chance to mess with it with Hulu Plus, with Netflix. I didn't originally see whether it worked with Hulu Plus, but it does seem to work with Hulu Plus if you got one that works. But it seemed to me that the thing was working fabulously until the next morning, when it seemed to maybe have downloaded an update that made it not work. So now it acts just like the first one that I got, which is not at all. Anyway, that's my review of the Google Chromecast. Great concept, terrible little piece of hardware. Only one last thing. Maybe a longer cord for the USB, so that, you know, you don't necessarily have to plug it in right there. Sometimes there's not an outlet right there, and sometimes you don't have a USB. Maybe a longer USB, or I don't know. I could just get a USB extension or something to run it somewhere else. Anyway, that's maybe my only other thing. But other than that, I would just like one that works. And since I've gone through this twice now, I'm just not going to go through it again. You'll be hearing back from me. Thanks, Google. Have a great day. This is BroBryceAndroid.